All right, thank you for coming to the carpet. And I wanted to say, before we get started, I'm just gonna set these right here for a moment. I want to remind everybody that we're going to use our carpet rules. Tell me one carpet rule, Maddie. Sit crisscross applesauce. Julieta. No touching anybody else. Meme. No talking. One more.
No touching.
No touching. One more. How about this one?
Look at the teacher and don't. And if you don't, then you wouldn't know what to do.
Very good. Okay, so remember, we're looking at the person who's speaking. Sometimes it's going to be the teacher, and sometimes it's going to be me. Everybody, go ahead and open your book. Put your hands down. We're done with that part. What? No, we never spit
What about
here.
no singing?
Okay, good. Everybody knows the carpet rules, so pat yourself on the back if you think you can remember them all. Good job. Okay, now before we get started, everybody look up here. We're going to be talking about finding the theme today, and I wanted to tell you what theme means. A theme in Espanol, tema, is the big idea of the story. So what's the story's message? Or sometimes when we don't raise your hand, I'm telling you what we're going to learn. Sometimes we talk about what the author's message is. That's the theme. That's the big idea. Why did that person write it? So today we're going to say, I can use story details or clues to find the story theme. And I can understand what I read. So everybody put your thinking caps on. And repeat after me. I can use story details or clues to find the story theme. Good job. I can understand what I read. Good job. Okay, so open your book to Story 2, Super Tools, and it's on your page number 223. When you have it, I can see, and I'll know it's okay to begin. Nice job. If you're on Super Tools, even back up a couple pages. This way. When you're on that page, I'll know we're ready. Adventure, let's get you started. 223. There we go. All right, everybody. So if we look at the book, you can either follow along or you can look at the pictures with me, but we're all going to stay together. The first thing I want to point out is up at the blue square here. It says the essential question. You can read out loud when it's time to read out loud. Or you can finger follow along, or you can watch me. It says, how can we work together to make our lives better? We're going to read about how a girl's forgotten writing tools work together to become useful again. We read this once. This is our reread. And now we're paying close attention to find out how the tools work together to make their life better. And that's the blue sound. Super tools. All right. So let's everybody turn the page. Okay, if you want to read out loud with me, you can, but you have to stay with me. Ready, begin. A few weeks ago, Lucy's mom and dad brought a new computer home. This is so cool, exclaimed Lucy. Lucy used the computer all the time. But not everyone was happy about the new computer. So let's look at Lucy here in this picture. She's got her computer. It says, Dear Graham, when will you visit us? Is she sending an email to her grandma? Let's look at the faces of the pencils and markers and pens. Are they happy?
Not at all.
Not at all. Okay, let's read on and find out what else we can find out. Christopher, here we go. Lucy didn't know it, but her writing tools felt sad and useless. One day, While she was at school, they had an emergency meeting. Lucy hasn't used us in weeks, cried the markers. Can we demand to be used? Asked the crayons. No, that would be rude, but we can remind her how great we are, said the pencils. Yes, they all agreed. Let's remind her. So what are they going to do? They're going to remind her how great they are, right, Julieta? Good. Everybody turn the page. Okay, so it says after school, as soon as Lucy came through the door, she grabbed a glass of juice and went right to her computer. She had to write a report about birds. The writing tools watched and waited. When Lucy was done, she printed her report. All right, so they're watching her because they're getting ready. Let's go to the next page right here. That night, the writing tools got busy. They worked together to make a picture for Lucy. The pencils made a sketch. The markers drew birds in the tree, and the crayons drew the sun in a blue sky. The picture was good enough to frame. Okay, let's look at that picture. Are they all working together? Yeah, okay, and how does that picture look? Pretty professional, huh?
Yeah.
You think that's going to make Lucy want to draw and use her utensils again?
Yeah.
All right, let's turn the page. Let's see what happens. The next day was Saturday. Lucy woke up late and then she went to get her report. Lucy gasped. Everybody gasped. She couldn't believe her eyes. Who drew this great picture, she asked. Next page. Did you draw this? Lucy asked Mom and Dad. You know the answer to that, they laughed. Stop joking. You drew that great picture. Did the Mom and Dad think Lucy was tricking them?
No.
They knew they didn't draw it. Did Lucy think they drew it?
Yeah.
And she didn't draw it, so she didn't know who drew it, did she?
The super tools did.
The super tools. We know because we're reading. That made Lucy think she wished she had drawn it. It is fun to draw, she said. Turn the page. Lucy hung the picture in her room. Then she took out the pencils, crayons, and markers. I'll draw my own picture for my report, she said. Lucy and her pencils, crayons, and markers worked together. They drew a super picture. From that day on, Lucy kept drawing, and the writing tools felt happy and useful. So now, we're at the end of the story, and we're going to get together a clue. I'm going to take you back to page, your book has different pages than me. But this page right here where they're working together, go back to that page. Okay, and we're going to look for some clues because remember our essential question was how do we work together to become useful again? So what was one thing that happened where tools were working together?
We can't do that.
Can you tell me what do you remember from the story? How about this one?
We can't do
David?
that. We'll break the book if we do that.
Oh, you don't have to do that. I have a big book.
The super tools were drawing the picture.
Can you tell me who did what?
The super tools.
Okay, so which super tool did which thing? Sophia? Let's go back to that first sentence in the second paragraph. The pencils made a sketch. There's a clue. We know the pencils made a sketch. So let's write that down. The pencils made a what? Okay, what did another tool do? Put my period there. Beatrice? picture. Which tools did the work? Do you want to tell me one, Cameron? What do you want to tell me?
The crayons draw the sky and sun.
Okay, so it says the crayons drew the sun in a blue sky. Okay, there's another clue. The crayons drew the sun in what color sky? The blue sky. And let me just finish my sentence with that period there. Okay, we need one more. Malaya, do you have a clue? Okay, the markers. That's a good one. The markers drew. What did they draw? They drew the bird. Bird in trees. Okay, so look what happened. We got 3 clues here. Let's take a look. The first clue was the pencils made a sketch. Another clue is the crayons drew the sun in the blue sky. And the third clue is the markers drew the bird in the trees. So I was thinking about how they all work together, and I was trying to think about it. Would those be the things that they did to work together? If you were thinking about what the super tools did, is this what you would come up with? Where did we find that information? Right in the what? Right in the story, right? So if I saw the pencils made a sketch, the crayons drew the sun, and the markers drew the bird in the trees, what would my theme be? What would my big idea be? Maddie?
That story was good.
Okay, that's an opinion that we liked the story, but what is the pencils and the crayons and the markers? What are they all doing? Isabella? The super tools work together, and then were they happy again?
Yeah.
So did the super tools work together to make their lives better again?
Yeah.
So let's say that's the theme. Work together. We're only going to come up with 3 clues, and then we're going to come up with a big idea. The big idea is we can work together to make our lives better, right? Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay, now, what if I told you we could find another theme in the same story? Let's take a look. And this is the part where we're going to go back to our seat, but we're not going to do that yet. I want to work with you on this because we need to do some thinking. I'm going to think out loud. I'm going to go back to this part. So go ahead and turn the page, Cameron. Cameron. Uh-oh. See, that's why that's not safe, because you could have hurt Peyton. Okay, is everybody using carpet rules, crisscross applesauce? Here we go. All right, so here we are. This is where Lucy found the beautiful picture, and now there's another theme. I'm going to tell you there's another theme, and I'm going to see if you can figure it out. Let's read from here. Here we go. Is everybody ready? Did you draw this? Lucy asked Mom and Dad. You do that. You know the answer to that, laughed Mom and Dad. You know. You drew that picture. And that made Lucy wish she had drawn it herself. Turn the page. Okay, so I'm looking for clues now what the other theme is. Lucy hung the picture in a room, and then she took out pencils, crayons, and markers. I'll draw my own picture for my report, she said. Lucy and her pencils, crayons, and markers worked together. They drew a super picture. From that day on, Lucy kept drawing, and the writing tools felt happy and useful. Okay, so now this is where we're going to listen for directions, and I'm going to have them, you repeat them back to me. Cameron, I'm going to have you read it back to me, or say it back to me so that you know what to do. Put your hand down. I'm going to ask you guys to go back to your desk, pick up your colored pencil that we chose before. That's going to be your color, yeah? And then you guys are going to work together to fill in a theme chart, just like I did, but your theme might be different because you're going to use those pages we just read. Find 3 clues and then see if you can figure out what the big idea is. Are you ready? Say, I will.
I will
Go back.
go back
And work with my table partners.
and walk with my table partners
To find 3 clues.
find 3 clues
And 1 big idea theme.
and 1
I will.
I will
Take turns.
take turns.
I know.
I know
The rule.
the rule.
Everybody has to do something on the paper. A picture,
Picture,
writing words,
writing words,
or something.
or something.
Everybody has to have their pencil on that paper. Okay, go ahead, Alonzo. Okay, when I say your table color, go get to work at your table. Green table can go. Yellow table can go. Pink table can go. Orange table can go. And purple table can go. Okay, everybody work together. I'm gonna walk around, make sure you're doing it. Okay, remember you guys are not supposed to be looking at it upside down, so get together so that you can take turns writing. Everybody, no. Go ahead and go around so everyone can work together. What's the first clue that you can find?
Remember?
I don't know what to say. Haley, tell me again. Who did? Adrian. Okay, I'll talk to Adrian. Adrian, we don't touch. Okay, everybody come over here. Get your... Okay, don't touch anybody. Come over here. No, don't put it away. You need it. Okay, we need to find a clue. Let's find a clue. Okay, Kaylee's gonna write first. Okay. Now you remember, everybody has to participate. And it can be a picture or something. Okay, let's get good. Okay, go click. Where is our story? Here it is. Okay, so here we are. We're starting here. That made Lucy think she wish she had drawn it. It's fun to draw, she said. Okay, so what are we looking for? It's a clue. Find a clue. Not these clues, different clues. Find a different clue. Find a different clue. Because there's another theme. How about this? Hey, class.
Hey, yes!
Give me a timeout. Look for a clue about being fun to draw. See if you can find clues about fun to draw. On your mark, get set, go back to your table. Okay, are you reading? Can you find a clue?
The chemical falls.
Okay, well, everybody can help her find the answer.
You always say
Christopher, come here. You gotta help find the answer and store it. Look for pictures and look for words that will tell you.
I'm not going to find the
Okay, so did you find something together as a team?
No, please, I can find
Who's your other person? It's okay.
Yeah.
All right, so are you guys helping each other find the stuff in the story? Okay.
Yeah, but it's called the balls and rainbow sketch.
I like the way you're working together. Mateo, you have to work together.
I'm finding the diagram.
Okay, so we're looking for something.
Right. And I also have to
Find
find
anything?
No. Do you find the link? No, like till they went.
Do you think she would take out
How do you
pencils
do
and
that?
markers if she didn't think it was fun to draw? No, maybe that's what you do. Okay, what are you doing? Can't find your water bottle? Where's your color pencil? Alright, so we're going to take turns writing, yeah? So what's the first clue you're going to think of? Lucy.
I don't have to wait.
She took out the pencils, crayons, and markers. She thinks that was my color and it's fun to Did you guys find any clues yet? Bossy E words are good, but we're looking for clues in the story. Can you see anything if we look over here? After school, let's see. Let's look over here. Oh, you're writing something there? Okay, keep going. Yes. I like the way you guys are using each other as teamwork. Okay, Winter. We are on this page. Let's see. Lucy hung the picture in her room. Then she took out her pencils, crayons, and markers. Would that be a clue that she liked to draw? We're looking for something where Lucy likes to draw, maybe. Can you find 3 clues? Okay, I'm sorry you're not feeling good, but we do have to do our work. Work with Mason. Do you have to throw it? Okay, I hope you don't throw it again. Tell me if you get rid of it. What? Yeah.
What? Look at the last one. No one likes drawing. Daddy's the last one.
Got a pencil. Did you write that
The
one?
next day
Okay, now let's keep reading. Lucy and her pencils, crayons, and markers work together. Would it be fun to work together? They drew a super picture. Would you draw a super picture? Would that be a clue if they like drawing together? You might want to write that one down. But, okay, that's good. And then how about they drew a super picture? Would that be one? Okay, now, let's see who has the purple crayon. So who's going to write this one? Is there someone that can draw pink? Or Mateo, can you come do it? What's that sign in the picture? Remember to picture right. How about this one? They drew a super We're looking for some clues. Okay, so who's... Okay, so now who's going to do the next clue?
Now you're going to do
No, one clue here and the next clue in the next box. That's okay, we're learning together. Wait, we have to find the clue. Let's look at our story. Okay. Not okay. What's the next part? What's the next clue? Okay, let's read it. Let's read it. Okay, let's look and see if we can find something about writing is fun. It's fun to draw. What did you write? Lucy went to school. Pencil. Okay, now let's find another clue. Good. Now, okay, good. Now let's find another clue about it's fun to draw. Can you find one that talks about, how about I'll draw my own picture for my report? Would that tell you that she likes to draw? Okay, so maybe that could be one. You could just take it right from the text. That's called text evidence. Yeah, so help him. Somebody point to where he's... I'll draw. See how you help each other? Okay, I'm looking for a third shoe. Okay, let's see what she got. The next day, she drew the report. Okay, is there anything in here that tells you that she likes to draw? I'll draw my own picture for my report. Is that the one you got? And then how about they drew a super picture? Would that tell you that they like drawing together? No? Well, you want to find something else? What would tell you that they would like drawing together? So, you like that one? Okay. Now, whose color is it next?
My turn.
Okay, are you guys helping May as she's finding out the next clue to write? Work together, Mason. Help her out. Oh, I love it. Everybody's working together. Now, what color are you? Purple, so you're going to be writing next. But everyone can be working together to help Isabella know what to write. You can all help each other. Isn't that fun? Okay, do you think Lucy liked drawing with her name? That's okay, you can draw a picture on yours. But you have to write on there. Did you put your name on there, Cameron? Okay, so we have the blue crayon wrote something, and the brown crayon wrote something. So now we need a red crayon and a green crayon. So, okay, but Christopher, before you write, we need to know what you're going to write. So we're going to write a clue about how we know they drew a super picture. How about this one? They drew a super picture. And you, right here. And you and Avon could do that together. Avon, you could do that together. So who's going to help point out Adrian? Okay. He's going to let Christopher draw some, and then you can draw some. Okay, you guys, they drew a super picture. Okay, why are you using that pencil? You gotta use your color, Beatrice, so I know who did what. Mateo, come on. Come over here, let's look at the book together. A pirate? You have to be appropriate. Just let him know. Just let him know I said we have to. A what? Okay. So we said a super. You got super. We forgot one more word. Picture. So this is what it's nice for teamwork to show each other when pointing out the words in the book.
I guess Maddie never had a face. And I'm going to point to the word again.
Not okay, Cameron.
Okay. Hey guys.
Okay, here we go. Now we need another color. So we have a pink and a purple. Mateo, come on over. It's your turn to write. Come over here, Mateo. We can use this book here. Okay, come over here, Mateo. Mateo, come here, please. Now, Mateo, come here. Where is your pencil? Get the pencil. I understand. Okay, now here. We wrote, she drew a super picture. How about Lucy kept drawing? Lucy, right here, write Lucy, L, can you make an L? Lucy, L, U, job. Okay, now it's Victor's turn. What color are you, Victor? Okay, get your orange pencil. All right, what do you think this tells us over here? Lucy took out a pen and her pencils and crayons. They drew a super picture. Lucy kept drawing. What do you think Lucy learned? What do you think the big pictures? Do you think it's that Lucy doesn't like to draw? Or do you think that Lucy likes to draw? Do you want to write that down here? Do you think that's the theme? Good job, Mateo. Oh, nice job, Moses. Okay, about 1 more minute to finish up. Nice job, Victor. Okay. Oh, love that period. Okay, good job. Okay, now let's see. If your group has turned in your paper, please close your book and come to the carpet. Leave your pencils. Wanna write something? Okay, so we're at the pencils. She made a report. Crayons and markers work together. They drew a super picture. So do you think it means that Lucy doesn't like to draw? Or do you think it means Lucy likes to draw?
Lucy likes to draw.
Okay, put a happy face on there for her to draw. Make a happy face there. Can you make a happy face? Okay, now, who can write Lucy likes to draw? Okay, go ahead. Somebody take turns and write that.
Look at my happy face. Look at my happy face.
How are we doing over here, ladies? Okay, you guys did a good job. So the pen drew the what? Oh, I see. Okay, so how about what was the message of all of those clues? What's the big message?
I had a pencil.
Go sit down at the carpet if you're finished, friends. Okay, we're going to go ahead and take this. Okay, everybody at the carpet with our carpet rules. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Maddie, can I have yours? Uh-oh, that's the rule. Okay, we'll have to fix that. Okay, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Everybody at the carpet. Sophia. All right, I'm going to pass out this new little book. When you get it, fold it so that it looks like this. Working together. What's the theme of the week? Working together. Thank you, Jordan. Okay, go ahead and go. Whoop. I am so sorry. 1, 2, 3. Ariana, take one and pass it back. Mariah, take one and pass it back. Amen. Take one and pass it back.
Go behind me.
Mateo, there you go. Mason, take one and pass it back. Everyone's using the pass back method. Take one and pass it back. There we go. Okay. When you're ready, I will know because I will see that you folded your paper and made a book. Time out. Crisscross applesauce. Face forward. Carpet rules. Alonso, come on. Hold it in here. We're going to read another story. And we're going to answer some questions about the story. Mrs. Jordan, there's a quiz on the top over here. You'll pass those out so everybody will see there. So they'll be ready to go when they go back to their seat. Okay, this story is called Working Together. We're going to read it, and we're going to talk about the clues. Who's talking? Can you come sit up here, please? We're going to read it again, and then we're going to ask some questions to see if we can find the clues and find out what the main idea, or what's the other word for main idea? Theme. Everybody say, main idea.
Main idea
Is the theme.
is the theme.
Good job. Okay, so working together. What do we see here in this picture?
A raccoon building a treehouse.
A raccoon building a treehouse. Okay, so here we go. And it's another fantasy because raccoons, why? Why do we know it's a fantasy? Mateo, you said it first. Why do you think?
Raccoons don't make houses and don't wear clothes.
And they don't wear clothes. Good job. He's got a hammer in his hand. So I'm gonna read. You finger follow along, or you can read out loud with me. Ready, begin. Raccoon was building a treehouse. This is the best treehouse ever, he said. But it's a lot of work. It's hard to do alone. Okay, so what is he thinking? It says it's a lot. It says this will be the best treehouse ever. So does he think he's gonna make a good one?
Yes.
But it's what? A lot of hard work. Turn the page. Just then, Moose came by. I can help you, he said. I even have my tools. We can work together. Who just came by?
Moose.
Moose came by, and what did Moose say? Who can raise their hand and tell me? Aiden?
He wants to help.
He wants to help. And he even has what? Who can raise their hand and tell me? Sophia? He has tools. Good. All right, so first we know that Raccoon is building a house. He knows it's going to be great, but he feels like it's a lot of work to do alone. And just then, who came by?
Moose.
Moose. Okay, let's see what happens next. Next, Goose flew by.